Hmm. You know what? What I'm thinking about, and I was thinking about it for a while now. The rear track of the Sierra is, you will not believe it, it's half a stud too wide. And this is gonna make the rear wheel arch problematic. So, one of the things that we are going to need to do is make the rear half a stud more narrow. Um, okay, so that's one of the things that we are gonna have to do, make the rear suspension narrower. However, that's obviously not what we're gonna do today. Uh, Today we are going to make a front suspension for a friend. So no Sierra today. We're gonna make basically a Land Rover suspension for our good friend Bench 55. So um, it's something that I kind of wanted to do when I was contemplating to make a Land Rover rebuild, uh, but I never got to it. So get a chance to do something today. So let's get some materials out that we might need. Ah, so I was wondering where my Unimog springs went. You know, now I know. They're here. They are just disassembled because obviously that's what I do. I disassemble springs. Yeah. Great. They are what? Are these are these shorter? Wait. If I like that. Oh no, okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay. So then basically just need to assemble them. Now if only I knew which ones are the right springs. Hmm. I guess. Because these are the only ones that are left. Let's see. Oh no, these are not even the correct ones. Or what am I missing? Oh, that's the correct spring. Sorry if I'm a bit off topic, but hmm. But why don't I have enough? Okay, I seem to be having just one of these. I guess. Oh God, this is no, this is not the correct one. That's way too soft. This is way too soft. Why I'm doing this because we are gonna need those springs for our suspension, and come on. I hate doing this. Come on, pop out, you Son of a... Man, really hate this. Come on. Pop out, will you? What? Yeah, I have them somewhere else as well. I just need to pull this one apart, and we're gonna assemble some springs because we need them for CR as well. And every piece that I don't have to order from Bricklink is good with me. Come on. For fuck's sake. So little is necessary. Just a second. Let me just see where I could have potentially some more springs. No. Okay. So this is one of them, but I don't think this is the first one. So many parts. Yeah, this is way too soft. Anyway, they're not in here. Not in here. So which one of you? Maybe. Let's see which spring I used in here. And that's the only one. Yeah. I know exactly where they could be. Just a second. Okay. Yeah, so the way it seems, I will have to order. I mean, I'm gonna pull this apart anyway off screen, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have to order order springs. Yeah. Okay, we are gonna use this one. It's way too soft, but it's gonna be, for our purposes today, it's gonna be fine. Yeah. Obviously. Okay. There we go. This one. This one. Okay, we're probably gonna need one of these. I'm not sure about the other stuff. I think we're gonna use Bionicle. What do you mean a tutorial? Open a pneumatic cylinder, put a shock in it, job done. There's, I mean, I put a spring in it. There's no rocket science. I mean, let's see. I'm just putting aside a few parts. I don't know if I'm gonna use them, but you know. Okay. What we need is a wheel hub. A wheel hub. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna do the charger video. I hope soon. Probably this week. I'm procrastinating on it. I know I'm horrible, but that's how it is. Do I not have a wheel hub? I should have a wheel hub. Definitely should have a wheel hub. At least one should be. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, the rest of these are just crap. Okay. So obviously this one is slightly modified with a shim in order to remove the slack, but you know, it's the only one I have left, so it will have to do. No, these are not right. Yeah, we're gonna first build Ben's. Okay, it went. Okay, now we have a massive slack. Okay. What are we gonna do? Well, first we need to pull this guy apart. I have a specialized tool for this. Knife. Don't do this at home. There. Okay. Right. So this is not gonna work. I'm sure I should have one left. I'm certainly not gonna pull apart the Sierra to get one. That's for sure. No, of course I have. I should have one here. No. No. I thought I had one. But I don't. Damn. And in here, I don't have one either. I have just LP power wheel hubs. No, what are we gonna do? I don't know. So, well, we don't have a choice. We are gonna use the LP power will have, I mean, other than the slack, there's no real difference. We only have to keep in mind that we obviously cannot do this party trick here, but we have to work around it. You know, that's what we have. Sorry. So it's gonna substitute for whatever bench has. So oh well, it's gonna be fine. So we have our wheel, this, and this. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the suspension that the bench made, just to see how it works and comment on it, and then make it better. Just let me recall the pictures. Where are the pictures? I saw them being posted. Ah, here they are. Here they are. Okay. So which version is now the correct one? Ah, this one. Okay. I just have to enlarge the pictures. Okay. Not how I would do them. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay, why would you do it like this? Okay, I'll comment on the flaws later. Okay. Okay. We'll work with it. I mean, I'm gonna build it just so I can comment on it, and then we're gonna do something entirely different. Basically. Okay. No, that knife is. I mean, yeah, it's from the kitchen, but it's not needed. So there's plenty of knives in the kitchen. So Okay, more. Okay, so already, of course, this is already problematic, but okay, okay. So, well, since this is an elevated double wishbone, see, this is no go anyway, you know? This is absolute crap. Because the wheel, when you're driving, the wheel is basically um, uh, this is the reason why we have such a strong connection on the McPherson setup, because the wheel is basically help me abstützen. It's leaning against the whole setup here. So this setup is absolutely no go here. Which version do you want me to build then? I'm looking at okay, the other one. Oh god, that, yeah, okay, that version is also going to be crap, but yeah. Okay, then this version. Where is it? I need this and I need this. Okay, so we are gonna have a ball here. It's gonna be very, very, very slightly better, I think, but it's still gonna be crap. Like this. And then we have a ball joint there. There. Sorry. Yeah. So it's really more of the same. This is like it's like, you know, it's like jelly. It's not how you do this at all. But yeah. Just so you know how the real suspension looks like, let me find a picture, or maybe Bench can post one. Where do I have these pictures? Pictures, cars. No, sorry, I don't have them here. Where do I have them? Pictures. Here. Okay. Here. Yeah. Okay. Found them. Okay. Let me pause the picture. Okay. Like this. Leonex, welcome to the stream, but please do write in English, because nobody here understands Cyrillic, let alone Russian. Okay. There. Well, Flying Fish, today we are building the suspension for a subscriber for a Lego Land Rover. And okay, I mean, geometry wise, I'd say this looks okay. It's not okay, but it looks okay. Uh, the issues with this, before we even continue building, um, we are going to ignore uh, the lack of steering angle, simply because there's nothing we can do about this. It is how it is. Uh, the main problem here is this. This is absolutely useless. It's gonna make the wheel wobble, immediately. Yeah, we are trying to correct some Lego mistakes. Uh, come on, really. Okay. We're trying to correct some Lego mistakes. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna even continue with this because there's no really point. Okay, let's take a look at the Land Rover suspension. The links are posted here. So the wheel hub that Land Rover uses, and I'm looking at right now, is interesting, and we are totally not using the hub like this. So let me steal one of the Land Rover suspension arms, because I need to dismantle it anyway. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna work with this rather than the standard wheel hub, because here we have already the vertical made for us, and we can do simple things, like this. You can place it down here, and here we can basically continue with the upright. And on one side, our steering is gonna be basically this. This is more than enough for the steering lock that we have here. See, it's gonna be long enough, as long as one of the suspension arms. However, this looks very simple, and we're not gonna. Oh, sorry, I'm not in frame. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I need to look at the monitor more. Okay. So let me just take a look at more pictures here, because there's one particular picture that shows what we need to do very good. Which one is it? Well, technically none of these, because the Land Rover basically has the spring. See, the spring has a fork here that spreads out, and the spring basically sits on top of the drive shaft, and the fork spreads on each side of the drive shaft to make room for it. Obviously, we cannot do this for obvious reasons, but we have other means well, to basically place the spring on the side. And we're gonna experiment a little bit with the geometry here. This, as you can see here, is not gonna be in the center, so we're gonna move this guy here like this. Okay, so that our suspension arm here is gonna be parallel with the drive shaft in order for this to be parallel as well. So this guy here and the this steering arm or suspension arm are going to be parallel, while the front one is of course going to go to the front. It's going to be, like this. No, I'm not being in the frame. This is going to give us enough room here to make the spring part work. And of course, here, this is going to be one of the pickup points for the upright. That's gonna go up, of course. So, where is? I don't have any bushing here. Okay, now I'm just gonna fool around a little bit. We are very constrained in our dimensions here because the wheel doesn't allow us to have a lot of freedom. So this part here is going to be very questionable. We'll see how we can do it. I think we have the room. There should be room for this. Yeah, should be room in the wheel for this. Yeah, it is. Okay, we're safe. Okay, so that's good. There we go. There we go. This one. Okay. Lego. My God, nobody is thinking at this company. So I'm seeing this right now. Okay, so I cannot place this here. See? Because there is focus. It's hard to see. You see? Someone decided it would be a great idea to block this. So why would you use this wheel hub for anything else other than what Lego designed it for? Why? I mean, so obviously and sadly, this is crap. So we need to return back to the normal hub variant. Yeah. What do you mean cause of that? Because someone might do something else with it rather than use it just as a double wishbone setup. I hate the fact that Lego is making so specific parts for just one specific use. And even, just give us the freedom to do something with this. Don't block it. Why would you do this? Yeah, exactly. To the bin. Useless parts. I mean, total crap. Okay, so let's work with this. Let's work with this. So obviously we decided what we're gonna do. So another part needs to come here. Instead of the one that we have before, we're gonna use this one. It's gonna be fine. You know, and when I designed it first in my mind, I thought, oh my god, yeah, this part is not ideal, but you know, it can be it can be worked with. But no, it can't. Also, one of the things that I want to do, and probably will do, uh, we are going to. I'm gonna buy another one of those standard wheel hubs, and I'm gonna basically cut it in half, so that we can determine maybe how to eliminate some slack. My idea is, of course, grease. Silicone grease is gonna do a good job in helping with the slack removal. But we'll see. Okay, so here we can use this guy and this. Okay, so that's already better. Yeah, I know it's there's a delay happening here. Okay, so we have our pin connection here, so we are free to use this guy up here. Obviously we want to create a mounting point for this, possibly here in order to facilitate Ackerman steering, possibly here or like that. Yeah, one of these options. Okay. Next step, come on, where are you? Ah, okay. Had to remove half of the parts to get to it. Okay. So what we want actually, yeah, never mind this guy because it needs to be pushed in. Obviously. Okay. Fine. Happy now. Okay. So we need to come from this part here to up here somehow. And now the question is, how do we do this with, you know, with some sort of dignity? I can see a few options. and we need to explore them. Okay. So obviously we want this to connect here, and then we want some sort of lift arm connection, to here. That would come on to here. That would fix this in place. But I see an option here where we could do the following. We could do this. Doesn't have to be in the center, I guess. Not at all. And then let's see if this works. Yes, this works. Doesn't have to be in the center, because in the center is going to be our ball joint. It's going to be in the center, of course. I can't have the ball joint in the center if that thing's there. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna abuse this one because it's here. Okay, so now this would be in the center. All we have to do is fix this in place. Somehow. So on this side, obviously we need to build up the strut. So this is gonna be the main, the strong connection here. We're gonna use something like this. Something like this, which makes it strong. And now we can use this hole here. We have this here. And there. There. Okay, now we can experiment. No, yeah, I need to see which one is going to be the right one. Okay, so we want it as close to the wheel as possible, like here. Okay. Obviously it's the half stud problem again. So this guy needs to be half stud offset. Or never pick up the right ones. Come on. Yeah, okay. This one will do. No, I didn't want this one. Sorry. Because the upright, as I always do, the upright is the most important part. When you got the upright right, everything else should work. If the upright is not okay, then the rest isn't going to work either. Right now I'm just after geometry, nothing else. Once we have the geometry, then we're gonna make this proper. So let's see, is this gonna work? Who would have thought? It's gonna work. Geometry wise, it's fine. So this would be the full suspension if it's fully compressed, and then it drops. Should be more than enough, I think. Okay. Now we have to make sure that this guy here is actually not doing this. No, because right now it's doing some wonky stuff because because it has two pivot points that are very close together. So either we fix this one so it doesn't move, which we should do, and then I think we can attach it here. Yeah, that's what we should do. That's what we should do. So we would do this, like that, and okay. And now what? Now what? Marco, you're not too late. We have basically just started. No, I mean, but just started. It's you're in the middle. You arrived in the middle somewhere. Um, mm, 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 mm. Obviously, I need more. Another of those angle beams directly to the side of the hub to lock the angle. No, I cannot. Even see, even what I've done here is illegal. So I need to revise this as well, because obviously we're doing this for the Lego wheel hubs, not for the LP Power wheel hubs. Another thing to consider. So I know what you're thinking, but we can't. Same problems all over again. I mean, you know what I mean. Since this is an LP Power wheel hub, we can put this guy directly beside the axle. But since we are building this for a non-LP Power wheel hub, we need to consider that we have to have like room here. So basically, we need to abandon this because there's no way we can fix this into position. So we have to do something else, sadly. And I know what you mean. I mean, the what you were thinking of was doing this basically. This would be brilliant. Just doesn't work. Whatever Lego does, it's gonna be horrible. I have very low expectations. Very low. My expectations for Lego models lately are extremely low. Um, yeah, it should be Defender's front suspension. Obviously, if we want to do it right, it's not gonna be, as easy as 1, 2, 3. But I have ideas. I don't know what Lego's trying to do, you know. I don't think it's just about saving money. If it only was about just about saving money, that would be nice, but it's not. It's it's worse than that. It's screwing your customers over, basically. I mean, one thing is to save money in production. Obviously, that's what you want to do if you're a company. The other one is that you are being just cheap, and Lego is being cheap for no good reason, and that's the problem. They are maximizing profits by doing everything as cheap as possible, while putting on a huge margin. I mean, you wouldn't believe how much they earn on the sets. So one of the problems with this setup, of course, is that you cannot use it when you drop the car, so we need to raise it a little bit. Raise this, lower this. Okay. So we have we are allowed to do this. And this. And then we can do this. Obviously. I don't really care about conspiracy theories. I mean, they do affect me because stupid people believe them, but 99% of all conspiracy theories are not true. Keep that in mind. No. And this is better. It's better, but it's still not. It's not ideal. Obviously, on this side, we need to well, do something else as well. This guy here is not gonna do us any favors, and we actually are gonna be forced to use this. It makes me sure, but I don't see a way out of here. So like that. Okay, so that would be our base. Since this is LP power, we'll have the slack is less, of course. I guess in the Lego version you could put the minifigure arms in here, as we did on the Sierra. That would probably also reduce the slack here by a large margin. So what's left here in the front is an attachment point for our steering link. And the steering link, of course, needs to be like here. And since well, since we don't have a lot of movement in the suspension anyway, we can basically make it like this. Oh, come on. We can make it like this. There. So our attachment points on the hub are this here and this one here. Come on. Ah, okay. Miscalculated. Where did I go wrong? Ah, okay. No problem. Okay. So now it should be, yeah, now we have enough room. There. So our steering link will obviously be here. It's going to be more room that we need. Now we have our top link here. One of the links in the front is going to be this guy, I guess. And here in the rear is more interesting. Because obviously we want these to be on the same plane. But this structure here is not good for the spring. Because if we put the spring on either side, it's gonna twist this. So one of the options would be to put the spring on in the middle, basically. But we cannot do this either. Just a second. Let me check something. What did Christian come up with? Yeah, it's a way. Yeah, it's also a way. But I want the steering link to be in here, because if we want Ackerman steering, I want the steering pickup point to be as far in the rim as possible. It's a good idea, absolutely. We could switch this around. It would be basically the same, because this guy and this guy are of, you see, of equal lengths. So it doesn't matter if it's either or. It's just a matter of packaging. And yeah, I think that's what Christian came up with for the top part here is better. So let's well, I cannot use it, obviously, because I'm using the LP Power wheel hub. So I don't have room here. But yeah, Christian's setup fits even in a smaller rim. Yeah, but I cannot use his part. I cannot use this guy here. No way. I mean, because of my hub. It can be used, but not in my case. Oh, doesn't matter. We can make this happen anyway. And I agree, this is more elegant. Yeah. The part that Christian suggested is gonna make this less. It's gonna be better. But make at your own peril. There. Okay. I'm keeping this for the before mentioned reasons. And what we can do now, maybe. So here I can do this and this, obviously. And this makes it a whole lot of better already. Okay. I can use this one here. So. Okay, now this is, I mean, this is as sturdy as it gets. Exactly. I mean, and if you buy LP power hubs, you can do this anyway, or better. But I'm I'm taking the fact that not everybody has them into consideration. You know, um, there we go. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be much better. Okay, right. So we have almost everything. All that we are left with now is the main steering arm, main suspension arm that has the spring mounted to it. So how do we do that? And let's not forget, there's another limitation here, that it's not to be dismissed. So it's all nice and good that we have now the cardan shaft here, you know. Uh, the problem is that when we have our steering link, our suspension arm here, its mounting point, its natural mounting point, is gonna coincide with pretty much the space where the cardan joint is gonna be here. So we need to be careful here. Let me take a look at some pretty pictures of the real car again. How is this solved with Land Rover? Yeah. Okay. Pretty much like this, yeah. Pretty much. So the main challenge here, of course, is what is happening here. The main challenge is gonna be mounting the spring, and the spring, I would like to mount the spring as close to the wheel as possible. The closer the spring is to the wheel, so basically you mount it, if possible, immediately here. We cannot do this, obviously. What we have to mount is in the, when we have our suspension arm, we have to mount it in the front part of this, not in the latter rear part, because otherwise the we need extremely stiff springs to work with this. So come on, we have the drive shaft. Let's omit this for now. It's gonna be just in the way. We have the drive shaft. We have this. So if we take this away and we use this guy here, let's see. This guy has the right length. Problem is that if we put this in, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Ideally, we would mount this here. That has its problems as well. But maybe it's solvable. Maybe it's solvable. Maybe we can do just this. We can do this and this, and we can do this. Yes. So like that. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it has a chance. Obviously, ideally, we would have this guy here would be done differently. I would like this to be in the same line as this. Let's see. Okay, so this setup has its problems as well, as we can see here. The problem is that the spring is now too close. So it needs to be one stud further back. So it's gonna be in the middle of this steering link. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, not it's gonna be in the first third. Yeah. If only this would focus. Okay. Right. So too good to be true, maybe. It's a conspiracy theory. If it's too good to be true, it's a conspiracy. So, what can we do here? I wonder. One of the options would be to do this. So here we would have our main suspension arm be able to swing left and right and up and down. We would not have a ball joint, which would not be ideal, because then if we have this guy mounted to it, this guy, obviously when this moves left and right, it's gonna tilt this left and right, because it's gonna pivot on this point. So another limitation, another thing that we cannot do. In the real car, of course, this is a rubber mounting point that allows movement in all positions. And we don't have, like, we don't have what would we need? A 3-stud. If we had like a 2-stud this with an axle hole here and a pinhole here, that would be quite a piece. That would allow us to do a lot more than we can do now. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to settle for this. There's not a way. The problem with this setup, of course, is that if you have a setup like this, the position of this guy here is giving you a false impression, because the actual position would have to be this for this to be at level. You have to take into account this ball joint and this ball joint. So this guy here is then not 5 studs long, or is it 6 studs long, but it's 6 and something because of this. It's not the right geometry. See, it's this is 6 studs. My big fingers. But this diagonal between those ball joints is not 6 studs. And it's this diagonal between both ball joints that's basically what we're looking for when determining the suspension geometry. So while it may look that this is 6 studs, it's not. And this is gonna give us headache when trying to make the bump steer work, because it's not gonna work. It's always gonna have bump steer because of this. This link needs to be 6 studs and not 6 and something. So this setup is not good. The ball or whatever joint we have needs to be here. So in the extreme case, we are gonna do this. So we said it needs to be here. Okay, now we're talking. Obviously, once we get to the inside part here, the problem here is gonna be we have a differential here. So there's gonna be a differential here, and whatever we do here is not gonna leave room for the differential. So this guy here is gonna be mounted like this. There's no other way to mount it. So like this. And obviously, since it's gonna be mounted like this, we need some reinforcing here so it doesn't get pulled out. Oh, come on! Man, these parts won't let go. Okay, so how wide does this need to be from the differential? What's the necessary space? Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, that's good. That's good. So basically, this vertical here is gonna be mounted here, and then we have enough room for the differential in the middle. Very good. Okay, now that's all I needed to know. All I needed to know. So first we're gonna do the vertical, then the rest. Mm. Oh, Lego. Nobody thinking. Obviously, I have a version where I cut off the center part, so I can stick an axle through naturally. You don't see what's the problem with the solution. You really don't see. Okay, let me demonstrate some another way. Um, okay. Mm. So you see, this is 6 dots. Okay, I'll recreate this. Yeah, Discord. I'm watching. Who wrote some? Who wrote what? I don't know. Someone wrote something in Discord. Please do write it here in while the stream is going on. If it's not a picture, please write it here because I'm just I just cannot follow everything. Um, yeah, and Christian is not getting it. We are having this offset. This is not in the center. Okay, let me just explain what's happening here. So you see, as I explained before, exactly Pythagoras theorem. That's the problem. So while this is 6 dots, so the same as the steering link, when this guy here is moving up and down, it's moving between this pivot point and this pivot point. And since those are on a diagonal, they are not 6 dots. They are 6 dots and a little something. But they have to be 6 dots because otherwise the steering link uh, we are gonna have bump steer all the time. It can theoretically be dealt with, but it requires a lot of juggling it has to be, you know, I'm not willing to deal with it. It's much simpler to do it like that. It's even a cleaner solution, uh, and be done with it. Mhm. Okay, let me just eyeball this now. This is gonna be fun. Yep, the dark bluish gray red part, the dark bluish gray part with the red pin is the problem. Yep, and I answered. That's the problem. Okay, so let's see. Obviously, this is gonna be requiring some juggling. Hmm. Okay, I mean, we see the problem. They are far too close. Far too close. So now our option is to offset this, which we are gonna do. But at the same time that we offset this, okay, now that we have offset this, yeah, it's gonna be all right. The steering link needs to have the same angle. So the steering link needs to be angled exactly the same as this. And it can be. It is absolutely no problem. Should clear the setup that we're gonna do should clear this guy here. Yeah. We cannot turn your setup by 90 degrees because then I know what you mean. We can, in your case, we can have it like here. Yeah, turn 90 degrees, but and there's a big but. Um, Maybe I'm wrong, but look at this. We have the spring here. The spring is now acting on this. Are we okay with this? This could be okay. Could be okay. So we don't have the spring here, but we have the spring. Come on. we have it like this. So that would be an option. Yeah. This is so fiddly. Until it's done, until you have a final product, it's so fiddly. Okay. This is an option. This is an option. And now that this is an option, we can move this closer. Excellent. And here, where are we here? Come on! Okay, and this would be here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Can't wait to make this a fixed point. I'm ignoring Discord, by the way. When the stream is on, if it's a picture, okay. If it's not a picture, okay. So again, there's problems because these two here at the bottom are so close together. They are bumping into each other. Fine, I'm going to look at Discord. Fine. No, oh my god, Ben. No. This makes it 7 studs long. First of all. Second, the pin is gonna be pulled out. So this is not a suspension setup. So we have to provide a solution for this. In real life, the solution is very simple. They are not in the same plane. In real life, this guy here is down there. And there's no collision. However, that's gonna be a problem. A huge problem for several reasons. One of them, of course, not fitting into the rim. That's one of them, of course. But this isn't a problem. This isn't a problem. Okay. So this works. The other potential problem would be that we get less write height. But we can ignore this. We can ignore this, basically, and place this higher up. Yeah, this part. And now the first thing I'm gonna do is mount the top part, because I'm just sick of this everything here constantly twisting. It's giving me headaches. So how high does this need to be? Okay, obviously we would need one more. I don't have it. Can I steal it from the Land Rover? Does it have any? Does it have any? No. No. Doesn't look like it has. Oh, I have it here. One is left. Good. Good, good. Okay, I'm ignoring this guy here because I'm gonna be crazy. Okay. It's what? 1, 2. Okay, so where is the caster? No. That's gonna be fine, I guess. So here we make our stand here. Okay. Well, I have to use this one because I don't have anything else. Okay, so this works pretty good. Let's not worry about this, doesn't matter. Let's see about the drive. Come on, okay. This works. Everything works. Ignore the part here. I just did all of this for convenience. So I mean, we have enough ground clearance with this. We have a healthy triangle, so all of this is fine. All basically that we need to do right now is the steering. And let's see. Obviously the steering link needs to be parallel with the bottom link, both in both planes. And the way it looks here, I would actually prefer it to be up there. Not gonna happen, of course, because yeah, but this is fine. This should be fine. If we have the steering here, so it will be what, 1, 2, it's 7 and 2 is 9. Do we have a steering rack that has 9 studs? I'm pretty sure we do. Or do we? Wait a minute. Okay, so we need 9 studs, no problem. Or basically we can do it simpler. There. This is exactly where the steering rack needs to sit. I'm basically gonna hold it with my hands, obviously. Yeah, no bumps there. Well, as far as I can tell, because all of this is highly questionable. But no, we're gonna get some bumps there because of obvious reasons. This is of course because we angled all of this back because of the caster that we want. Yeah, so this needs work. This needs work. I mean, the differential position is not a problem. It's never gonna hit it. But yeah, this is a problem. This needs to be like half a stat lower. And this particular setup that we have here, it's not really possible. So what can we do? Very simple. Very simple. So what we can do here is that we reverse the caster here, and we basically reposition this guy so that when the ball joint is in the same place, but the vertical is horizontal. This will mean that this guy here is gonna come down, and then the steering link is gonna be able to be here. This is of course not the solution to all our problems because it creates a new one. You see, once the steering link is there, this would be the perfect scenario. But because of the frame, it cannot move left and right. There's absolutely no way we can do this. Unless... we can. We can. Absolutely we can, because this guy here cannot move, it is only able to move one stud in either direction anyway. So we basically omit this. Yeah, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be beautiful. So now let's see how much we have to change this. So if it was here, that would be in the center. Okay. So we have to change this guy. Okay. This is of course just a test setup. It can be done better, but you know. Okay. You can see we have the same geometry, only that this guy is now vertical, and because it's vertical, some adjustments here. Basically, we need to have it like this. So we have the room. So we have the room to go in here. It's gonna sit here like this. And then when it's steering, yeah, we could go half a stud more inwards. But then this is in the way. This is in the way. There are solutions, of course. Who says we have to use the whole frame? We can use this, and then everything here is free. Just need to think of how we are going to mount these in a sensible way. But I guess this one isn't a problem. The other one is, but let's see. Okay, missing mounting holes here. This is awkward. This is awkward. Ideally, the mounting holes would be here. These. But they cannot be. They cannot be. Christian, see you. Bruh. Okay, for now I'm doing this. And now it's not kosher. Not really. Okay. So now we have room for our steering rack. Whole of the room. And our, yeah, it's in the same plane and it's gonna work. Beautiful. Yeah, this isn't gonna work, but hey, we have done a lot today, I think. If nothing else, we gave Ben a lot of ideas and learned something along the lines. To be honest, I am a little bit tired. This works as it should. Our spring connection works as well and doesn't interfere with anything. We have a ball joint here on the top, which allows it to, allows it to swing left and right. And I think this works. Yeah. Anyway, next time we continue with the Sierra. I wanted to do this just to break with the Sierra development a little bit, to have some variety. Okay. Anyway, next stream is on Wednesday, as usual. We are going to continue with the Sierra. Join the Discord. where we can have a nice debate about our projects. And of course, this suspension and everything, I'm sure Ben is going to experiment in the Eldro or Stud IO after the ideas that we gave him. And yeah, I see you on Wednesday, and thanks for watching.